Hello, hello. Hello. You're a bit of a Star Wars bent this week.
Why not?
All well, aside from the fact you're still trapped at home.
Yes, I am. I'm trapped here. You can't go into England. No, Wales.
Wales.
I'm stuck in Wales. I can't get out.
Wales
Stuck
is
in England. Can't get out.
Wales is still there, right? Last time I saw on the news, it looked like it was mostly submerged.
Bits of it.
Bits of it are still above water. I mean, the rain just started like 2 nights ago and just did not stop yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just relentless. We got like a month's worth of rain in 24 hours, I think it was.
Yeah, no shit.
Maybe more.
I just love the fact that there's like one fucking road into Wales, essentially. Which has the world's smallest, crappiest little bridge over this raging torrent of a thing. And if it rains for more than 10 minutes, the bridge goes out, and you're like, why are you not going into Wales?
It is a double-edged sword.
21st century. How is this fucking road from Lord of the Rings the only way in?
Yeah, but on the plus side, it keeps the fucking English out.
It does, yeah. There are other ways, but you've got to know them, and they need to know.
Does it involve a wardrobe, perhaps?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Tumnus!
Right, so all is well. Aside from the fact
Yeah,
you're
I had to
stuck.
tear myself away from Star Wars, goddammit. Why is that original film just so fucking good?
Well, there's a reason it's beloved. It's because it's a nice little fairy tale.
I mean, I'm sure I've bored you with the story before, but I remember renting it from the video shop when I was a kid. And it can't have been long after we got a VHS machine, so we were looking for stuff to watch. And I got Star Wars, and I wouldn't let my mum take it back.
What, to the rental shop?
Yeah, I didn't want. I was like, no. She was like, there are other ones. I'm like, I'm not going to be as good.
There are other movies.
This is literally the best movie ever made. It just fucking blew my mind. And even watching it now, you're just like, we live in a post-Star Wars world, and you kind of forget that, yeah, nothing looked like that. Nothing had ever looked like that.
Even stuff made around the same time doesn't.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there was stuff that...
Nobody took sci-fi seriously and tried to make it look real. But it's like, everything about that looks real and physical and like it actually worked. You just look at it and you just go, holy shit. Because even as a kid, I remember watching stuff where, someone turned out to be a robot and they'd crack them open and you're like, that doesn't look like... How does that make a robot work? It's just a load of wires and shit. Whereas you look at the stuff in Star Wars and you're just there going, now that looks legit. That looks like a real working thing. Like everything about it just looks grounded and believable, A
good comparison is we were talking about Black Hole last week.
Yeah.
The robots in that look so shitty compared to the droids in Star Wars. And that's after Star Wars. I really hate the droids in fucking Black Hole. Because they just feel like guys in suits. Whereas in Star Wars, they don't. They're fucking droids. I know they're a guy in a suit, but they're fucking
it's
droids.
A guy in a suit, but it's And there's just so much effort gone into making it. Ralph McQuarrie and the people that worked on it just put so much effort into trying to make it like a legitimate thing. It's like, well, how would a spaceship actually work? How would this actually, like the X-Wings with their turbines and all that kind of stuff, nothing like that had existed before. An ILM invented to make the film. The effects and stuff, it's just like... It's not that movies became reliant on effects. I mean, that's kind of part of the outcome of it, unfortunately. But the simple fact that the effects made the film believable was what did it.
I think what actually made it believable was the fact that they tried to ground it in, or they referenced reality so much.
Yes. Yeah,
in it.
It's a Western.
So it gave people...
Western and a war movie and everything.
So it gave people something solid and what they already understood to latch onto. And everything else was the fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, part of the part of the reason for that was there was nothing else to draw on. They were looking at other cinema they were like, how can we make this, how can we take this seriously? And they went, well, the action movies of the time were westerns and war films.
Samurai films
That's
as
how
well.
you did. Yeah. So they riffed on that. So much so that the end battle against the Death Star is literally shot for shot Dam Busters.
Yeah.
I mean, even to the point of some of the dialogue is the same. It's like, because I remember watching Dam Busters, years after I'd seen Star Wars and going, wait a minute. This is literally the attack on the Death Star, because he's like, watch out for the crossfire from the towers. There's maybe 20 guns, some on the surface, some on the towers, and you're like, what? This is fucking word for word Star Wars. And they even have the bit where the one gets shot, and you get that shot of it dropping down, and crashing into the surface and everything. And you're like, fuck off. Like, this is ridiculous.
Do you think it was made as a parody or an homage? I can't tell.
I think they wanted it to be taken seriously. That's what I think. I think, that it wasn't, because the whole thing was like sci-fi was all, campy and Flash Gordon-y, people in, wearing tinfoil pretending to be robots. And they wanted a way to make it, be taken sort of seriously. And I think the way they did that is they went, well, these movies are taken seriously, so if we run with that, it'll work. And I think they basically used the Dam Busters stuff as an animatic, pretty much, for that whole battle sequence.
That just stuck with it.
I think, yeah, and they just kind of went with it because it worked.
It's the sincerity of everything. Nothing is sort of.
It absolutely is, yeah.
I mean, we were talking.
That's part of the problem with the sequels, right? There's all this sort of tongue-in-cheek, self-aware humor in it. And you're like, no, like Star Wars has funny stuff in it, but it's funny in the way that you'd tell a joke in a bad situation.
Yeah, it's humor that comes out of the weird situation rather than anyone sort of nodding knowingly at the camera.
No one's laughing at the situation. They're just telling jokes to keep morale up or something.
A weird comparison that I want to make is that we were talking about Ghostbusters earlier in the week and how the first one works because of the levels of sincerity in it. It's like, it's funny, but everyone in there is taking the situation dead seriously. Well, okay, pretty much everyone is taking the situation dead seriously. Apart from one guy. But that's the point.
That's what kind of
he's the Han Solo.
Yeah. He's the Han Solo. He's also kind of the audience insert to an extent. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, but the point the point is Ghostbusters works and the sequels to Ghostbusters don't work because Ghostbusters took it seriously. It added that level of sincerity.
It's the same thing as
that exists in Star Wars. Yeah.
Like, for the people in that universe, it is life and death. It is really happening, and it is really dangerous, and people are really dying, and there are high stakes. And it is a battle of survival against an evil tyranny. It is World War II in space. And the sequels just, like a lot of the stuff that's followed up in recent years to all of these kind of IPs it's, I suppose it is, in a way it's the Disney thing. It's the same way that they can't take Marvel seriously either. There's always got to be a little
not anymore,
tip of the hat, a little bit of a nod to go, oh yeah, no, we know it's silly. There's always some joke about the costume or something. It's like, oh, we know it looks stupid, but just go with it. It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, there's that bit with I think it's Age of Ultron. Hawkeye sort of says, yeah, we're on a flying city, I'm fighting robots with a bow and arrow, none of this makes any sense. That's actually a line from the movie.
Yeah.
No, sincerity is the key. I mean, the audience isn't going to believe
it. Is,
the audience isn't going to believe it's sort of real if the people on screen aren't believing it's real.
No, that's exactly it. It's like, your audience got by. I mean, that's why, you have people like fucking Alec Guinness in it. Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing selling it 100%.
Yeah, Peter Cushing turned out to be really upset that his character got killed because he wanted to be in the follow-ups.
Peter Cushing's so interesting because he talked about exactly what you're saying now, where he was like, it doesn't matter how ridiculous the role is, you play it for all it's worth, and you play that character absolutely like they're real.
Well, I mean, he'd been
You
in
know,
Hammer
and
horror
that
stuff before then,
yeah,
hadn't he?
exactly. I mean,
So
that's all the ludicrous stuff that he
yeah,
must have done, but he always played it so absolutely,
yeah, because the aim
100%
of an actor is
believable.
to get the audience to believe what is going on stage or screen.
There's
Because
this
the
amazing story that I heard about him because I can't remember. He used to live down in Brighton or somewhere like that. And he was just sat out on the seafront once having his sandwiches or something. And this little kid came up to him. And this little kid, doesn't understand the difference. And he thinks that he is like Van Helsing. And he talks to him about the fight with Dracula at the end. And Peter Cushing just went with it and just went, yeah, it was scary having to face down Dracula. And this is how I, thought about it. And everything, and it's like, in the same way that you hear about Mark Hamill, who just, understanding it means so much to the people who. So it's the audience theory again, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
all
like
the great actors do
give
this.
a shit about the people who give a shit about you. They pay you money. They keep you alive. They gave you the career and the life that you have.
Yeah, all the really great
I
actors
respect that.
do that. They sort of lean into the roles that the children have grown up with. I remember there was a line from Tom Baker once after his role as Doctor Who, or during his run as Doctor Who, where he was saying that children were always coming up saying, "You know how to defeat a Dalek?" It's like, "No, I don't know how to defeat a Dalek. You just run upstairs." And he was sort of like playing along with it as though he was the Doctor. Saying, "That's a genius idea. Next time I'll do that."
Yeah.
It's respecting the audience. It's respecting the audience and their time.
I mean, to an extent, that's pretty much what the entire of Galaxy Quest is about. Really.
Respecting the audience.
Yeah. Respecting, the thing that.
Yeah, they
you were part
believe,
of.
so you don't want to harpoon their belief. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole purpose of the aliens in Galaxy Quest. They believe with such sincerity that all of this is real. And what
But they've
happens...
built an entire society
Yeah.
around it. It's like you can't take that away from them. I mean, that's really, I suppose, I've never really thought about it, but it is kind of what the film is all about.
Yeah, don't crush your
Because,
audience.
yeah, and so many of the characters are like, oh, this is just some stupid show that we did back in the 60s, and everybody's just obsessed with it, and it's ridiculous, and they need to move on. And it's like, no, they don't. Like, what you did was good, and it was worthwhile, and it created
It
people who
inspired
believe
people.
in some. Yeah, it inspired people, and that's never a bad thing.
I mean, there was a period in NASA where everyone that got recruited by NASA was a fan of Star Trek. They got into the space industry because they were fans of Star Trek. This is
Right.
this is the importance of fiction. This is why it's so fucking vital that it's treated seriously with sincerity. Because if it does that, it motivates
Because
people to go into
it
greater
builds
things.
dreams.
Yeah.
It makes people dreamers, and it makes people want more than this shitty everyday life that we have,
And that's why
and believe in a world where we can have that. And I think it's one of the saddest things about the whole Star Trek thing. I run into people who who are fans of it but don't get that. They're like, oh well, it doesn't reflect reality, and you're like, no, it doesn't. Star Trek's about how good we could be. Like, that's what's beautiful. Star Trek's aspirational. It's not meant to be reflective. Star Trek poses the idea that goes, we're all assholes who are on the, especially when it was made, on the verge of wiping each other out with nuclear Armageddon. And it poses the idea that, what if we don't? What if we somehow get round that? And what comes out of that is a better world. Like an actual utopia where there isn't racism and hatred and people get on with each other, and we've created this world that of fairness and justice, and we just travel the universe together in peace, looking for enlightenment and shit. It's like it's not supposed to be reality. It's like the West Wing or something. It's like the West Wing's about, what if people who weren't dicks got into power? It's like, that's the whole fucking thing. And that series ran for like 20 series or something. Why? Because people wanted to believe that, imagine a world where people who ran the country weren't assholes. Like, what a fucking amazing idea that would be. And it's like, we could do with a little bit more of this now. I don't need my my media to reflect reality. Reality does that.
It's not even that media's reflect. This is why I think what Disney has done is so fucking poisonous, because they've taken all that whimsy, all that inspirational stuff, and basically boil it down to it's a joke. You shouldn't be taking it seriously.
It's all become so post-ironic and so naff, isn't it? It's
or
like, oh, we
worse,
can't have heroes. It's naff.
Or
It's
worse,
like,
they
no.
tear all those dreams and heroes down. They reduce them to like milk sucking assholes on an island.
Yeah, because
drinking.
it's just like, well, yeah, but then, as you say, it's like they're in this. It's there's this cry out there for things to reflect reality or be representational and stuff. So, well, this doesn't represent reality. This isn't like the world I live in. I don't get this. It's like, no, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Imagine a world that isn't like that. Imagine a world that's better. It's the difference between Marvel and DC. I love both of them, but like DC is about aspirational heroes. Marvel is representational. Marvel's like, yeah, what if your heroes were normal people and they were flawed like you were, which is great,
attainable.
Yeah, exactly. But DC goes, imagine what you could be.
Gods and monsters, yeah.
Yeah, gods and monsters, like Batman especially, and why Batman has endured so much is because it's like he goes beyond what a human being could do. But it's the idea that he's a normal man that could do that. It's so inspiring and aspirational.
Yeah, and then
our culture just doesn't have it anymore. We have to tear everything down and go, oh, no, it wouldn't happen like that.
Well, using Batman as an example again, it's gone from, yeah, we can be Batman, to Batman's superpower is money. It's like, that's missing the fucking point.
Yeah, it's absolutely missing the point, And it's the same as what happened to Master Chief in Halo. It's like 343 didn't get it because the original Bungie Halo games are in the same vein as like things like Superman. It's like he is a hero. He is absolutely, completely and utterly a hero trope. He will always do the right thing, like Captain America or something like that, because he can. But that's the whole point of him. You make him into the villain and have somebody hunt him down, it's like, no, you've completely missed the point of what Master Chief is. And why people want to be him and why those games sold more copies than the fucking Bible. Because it made people into that character that they couldn't be in real life.
You literally got to control them in that case, yeah.
Yeah, I get to be the guy who stands up when no one else can. I get to be the guy who saves the day. I get to be the guy who does that thing that's beyond possible because that's who I am. I'm able to throw this bomb out of an airlock and glide it down through this spaceship and blow it up and somehow survive. Yes, it's ridiculous. It's impossible, but that's the point. It's about having someone to believe in that's more than the crap every day.
Yeah, give people something. Give something that inspires. Give people something to strive for. Don't constantly fucking say, "Nah, everything's shit. You're shit. Your heroes are shit." So you need. Yeah, it's no longer a case of saying you can be what you can be or be the best that you can be. It's saying you've got to be this. They're dictating what you should be rather than providing motivation to be what you could.
Like even Ghostbusters did it. Do you know what I mean? We go back to that. It's like Ghostbusters went, hey, these bunch of schlubby guys who could be anybody could save the world. That could be you. I mean, that was the beauty of 80s movies. 80s movies got this whole thing with like the blue collar everyday person saving the day.
Right.
Just went, an adventure could happen to anybody. And the difference is you just have to be able to step up. And that, like the 80s is filled with that, like fucking John McClane, the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there wasn't any of that chosen one bullshit. Oh,
there was none of that.
To be this thing. You were always great. It was like,
it's none of that. It was always just like, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
Whatever you fucking can.
Yeah, and that was always the answer. It was like, well, shit, this has happened to us. We better do something about it.
Yeah.
Even the Ninja Turtles fall into that. It's like they didn't choose that. It wasn't a destiny. They just got hit by a load of radioactive gunk. But I guess it falls on them to save the city from ninjas.
The world in general does feel very much like everyone's waiting for someone else to clean up the mess. It's like, okay, whereas in the past it was right, everything's shit. What am I going to do to fix it? Now it's everything's shit. This is someone else's fault, and someone else needs to clean it up for me.
Yeah, basically.